Hello there and welcome to a very special programme where we focus on one of Scotland's boxing heroes.
Yeah, Ricky Burns defends his world title tonight, but his greatest night came in September 2010.
I'm a fighter. I've always said I'm prepared to fight anybody at all. Obviously the fight was originally scheduled to be in Puerto Rico, but obviously it fell through and we managed to get it in Glasgow. The only people that did think we'd win was obviously my camp, obviously my manager, my trainer. But again, when I know I'm up against it, I always say that's when I'm going to perform at my best. The better the opponent in front of me, the better I'm going to perform. Obviously you're posing for the photos. He's done the cutthroat gesture. You know, I've had that before, people try and intimidate you and stuff. I think my first reaction was I just started laughing. I was like, no bother. Stuff like that doesn't bother me. I'll do my talking when I get in the ring.
So what will happen?
¿Qué va a pasar en la pelea?
Pues va a ser una pelea.
What is going to happen is Rocky Martinez is coming strong. I'm going to predict a knockout.
The support I get in Scotland is just great. Sometimes I find it hard to take in. The dressing rooms were just under one of the main stands, and you know, throughout before I came on, for a few fights before, we're all sitting in the changing room just trying to relax, and all you can hear is everybody shouting Ricky Burns, Ricky Burns. I try and put it all to the back of my mind. You don't appreciate it until you go home and you watch the repeat. Then the camera goes to the crowd and everybody's going nuts, and especially that fight, there was guys with the tops off, swinging them about their head and stuff like that. It was just, everything about it was just a great night.
Good. That's it, have a little shake down again there. Shake down again there.
When my pals and that, some of them come to the fights and that with me and they'll come in and out the changing rooms to see how I'm at. Some of them can't believe how relaxed I'm at.
Number one, Rocky Martinez, baby. Straight out of Scotland, coming from Puerto Rican. Puerto Rico, papá.
Flood of Scotsman, when will we see your like again? That fought and died for your return and then and stood against him. And sent him homewards to think again.
They come and they shout on you to walk out to that venue. See, when you first walk out, it's just when everybody's, obviously they're all shouting on you and the crowd's going crazy. It just gives you, it does lift you.
Ricky Burns, who began boxing at 10. It's a golden opportunity delivered in front of his passionate fans. The WBO mandatory challenger. Could, Jim, it become one of those magical nights for you Scots?
Well, I have to say I'm impressed by his demeanour. He knows it's going to be the toughest fight of his life, but he seems quite happy to be there, as though he fancies the job. He couldn't look any more confident. So we'll hope for the best, but it will take a performance that he's never produced before to go home as champion. Can he do it?
Here is Roman Rocky Martinez. He's never ever lost in 25 fights. He brings power and he travels too, Jim. Daunting.
Yeah, that is the big problem. He travelled to win the title. He's made 2 successful defences and looked pretty good in doing so. He is a puncher. He's long-armed, the same as Ricky Burns is. He's the favourite, okay.
I always say the worst bit about fight night is when obviously you are in the ring, the introductions are made, it's just you, him and the referee. See that wait, just that wee 10 seconds waiting for the first bell to go. It's just you're there, you're ready to go, and it's just that for me that's the worst bit.
Okay, gentlemen, I want a good clean fight. Caballeros, quiero una pelea limpia. Protect yourself at all times. Okay, good luck to both of you. Buena suerte a los dos. Toca los gloves. Touch them up.
Ladies and gentlemen, 12 3-minute rounds for the WBO World Super Featherweight Championship.
And how does the light punching but skillful and awkward Ricky Burns come out the victor? He's trying to follow in the lines of Scottish champions over the years. Tansy Lee, Johnny Hill, Benny Lynch, Jackie Patterson, Walter McGowan, Ken Buchanan, Pat Clinton, Paul Weir, Scott Harrison, Alex Arthur, and the man to my left, Jim Watt. Chances you give Ricky Burns tonight, Jim?
Well, we know Martinez has been brought up in a tougher school, but he's probably never boxed anyone with the style of Ricky Burns. So if Ricky can keep this at long range, get that jab working as he's trying to do at the moment, I don't think Martinez is exceptional in any one department. I think he can be outboxed. Well, this is a good start, good positive start from Burns.
Everything's just a blur, but you'll always hear just the odd random shouts in that now and again. When you get in that ring, you've got everybody behind you. You don't want to let everybody down.
Chopping punches from Martinez, and that right hand floors Ricky Burns. Just over 30 seconds left in the first. He looks in his corner. There's the power from the Puerto Rican.
Obviously we knew he was a big puncher. I walked onto that right hand, but you know, it was more of a flash knockdown than anything. You could see as soon as I went down, I get straight back up and I was fine. If you notice that I was actually getting back at the time as well, I've said all along, if I wasn't getting back, it could have been a lot worse because it was a good shot. But as I said, when you saw me getting down, look at my eyes were fine. I was just straight back up and just obviously get back to the job.
Burns comes forward, trying to pressure Martinez, who looks in his corner and smiles, as if to say, is that the best you've got?
But in that fight especially, the way training in that was going, training had been going perfect. That was when I did start changing my style a good bit, trying to be a lot more aggressive. I think most of the fight I was actually standing in front of him and trying to outwork him most of the time. But obviously when I was getting back to boxing, that was working as well.
This is good from Ricky Burns though, in the third round.
And we're seeing nothing from Martinez. They should worry us at the moment, apart from the punching power. Great stuff!
He looks all at sea, Martinez, balance. And he's slugging away. Naive and crude, but still very dangerous.
Well, if Burns can continue to frustrate and annoy him.
Oh, beautiful uppercut. And Martinez shows a chin. He says he's never been down, amateur or pro.
I always say I train for a 12-round fight. Obviously a couple of times I did think I hurted him. I said in interviews before the fight, he's one of the fighters that when he's hurt, that's when he's dangerous.
That hurt Burns, and the left. Turns it all around just with one shot. That's the problem for Ricky Burns. He's got to suck it up, but Burns takes the session.
Sometimes when you watch fights and it gets to late on and you see some boxers and they'll just decide right enough's enough and they'll chuck it. Obviously in fights and that, I've had that feeling. I know what that feels like, but it's just something that it's not in me. I just refuse to do it.
There's no need to get involved with him. You know you can hurt him now, right?
Breathe deep, son.
When you're in a fight, sometimes it doesn't seem real. I think it's because of the size of the fights I'm in. So everybody that knows me, they know that I'm just a quiet guy, just obviously likes to keep myself to myself. Again, that's why I don't let it get to me, and I just obviously like to keep myself grounded.
tries to throw the hooks back, but it is Burns in complete control at the moment. And Martinez clinging on to this WBO belt.
He was quite ragged in his work sometimes. Obviously, when I was sticking to my boxing, I was keeping him at distance, keeping him at the end of the jab. The way we trained for that fight was obviously to go out and, when we got the chance, put the shots together and try and push him back. And I think from that fight, that's what I've been doing more than obviously I should be. I should be sticking to my boxing. But that side of me's coming out now where I like to get in a wee brawl.
He knows if he can connect on that chin again, he's floored Burns already and could turn this around. Right hand from Ricky Burns, so off balance there, Martinez, and the bell comes and saves him, and he is on wobbly legs, and the Scottish crowd go wild.
I refuse to give up. I think that's just the attitude that I've always had. When you're sitting in that corner, sometimes you can feel tired and you can just give up. I know what that feels like, but it's just something that's not in me at all. I just refuse.
You'd never have thought that Ricky Burns was capable of this sort of performance.
Well, when you're on the edge of a world title fight, I love the right hand. You can't think of anything else.
Back comes Martinez, and Burns hurt again, like he was in the first. And the Puerto Rican corner beside us are going nuts.
I think I took a couple of big shots. I think it was the 7th round. And obviously, you're going to get hit. I've proved time and time again I've got a good chin, I can take a good shot.
Just looking to bludgeon his way through Burns. Trapped on the ropes, Ricky Burns in trouble here. He's got to throw something back, and he does. Needed to. Michael Ortega, the referee, was taking a close look.
Well, there's sometimes a time to go into the defence of this. Maybe one of these times, everything's going so sweetly for Burns. Don't be reckless.
My jaw just started swelling up. So again, I was like Billy was saying in the corner, like, you don't want to be taking too many aim. Get back to doing what you're good at. Get back on the jab. Try and keep it long. Obviously, when I was doing that, he was struggling to get near me.
Are the doubts beginning to come into the Puerto Rican's mind? Burns is still in there and trading.
I just wonder if the tank is empty. I mean, he's looked disjointed all the way through. He's all over the place at the moment, Martinez, walking onto the uppercut there.
They've obviously studied tape after tape, and they've got their tactics spot on, the Scottish team. Right hand and a left hook from Martinez. Once in a while, it looks like it could just fall apart for Ricky Burns, and he's in trouble. Again, 10 seconds left of the ninth. The power of the Puerto Rican turning the fight on its head.
He's hurt the last one.
He's got it. Hear the bell. And he does, and Martinez gets a couple in for good measure.
A couple of times he hit me after the bell and a couple of low blows as well. I think it was obviously as the rounds were going on, obviously his corner must have been telling him, look, you need to get out here and get this guy out here, or you're losing your title. So I think he was maybe getting a wee bit frustrated. Although he was catching me now and again, you could see every shot he was teeing off, he was trying to put power into every punch, he was trying to take me out. But I find when you go looking for it, it never happens.
Oh, uppercut back from the left fist of Martinez. Holding on Burns.
Martinez really is showing a lot of character here. He's wasted so much energy, but prepared to dig in to hang on to his championship.
Desperate to return home with his world title belt and his unbeaten record intact, but Burns again with success. Martinez has the power and the sporadic moment. Burns the quality throughout most of this.
Yeah, a couple of rocky moments in this round. It's not over yet, but Burns has landed more punches He needs to keep his concentration. He's lapsing again.
Very, very tired look about Ricky Burns at the end of these rounds. Just pushing out the arms, anything that lands to keep Martinez at bay.
Sometimes you just feel what, obviously, you're like, what did I do this to myself for? If round's 100% or I don't see the point in doing it. No matter what I'm doing, I'm always trying to sink every shot in.
Body shot and a head. Sweet combinations from Ricky Burns.
Tremendous round here from Burns. He hasn't stopped throwing punches, hasn't allowed Martinez to set anything up. Just wild swings, making him look like a novice rather than a world champion.
Using his feet well as well, Ricky Burns, in and out of range. He looks by far the classier technician in there, by far.
Well, he really, at times, he's really made Martinez look so ordinary, and I don't think Martinez has anything left in the tank. He can still muster a few solid swings, and that's what Burns has to be wary of.
Oh, left hand, great hook from Martinez. Late on in the 11th, but Burns takes it and fires himself and the crowd up.
Sometimes when you watch fights and it gets to late on and you see some boxers and they'll just decide, right, enough's enough, and they'll chuck it.
Get your arse out. Get your hands out.
In fights and that, I've had that feeling. I know what that feels like, but it's just something that it's not in me. I just refuse to do it.
Box him. Concentrate for 3 minutes, son, please. Everybody in Scotland will be proud of you. Listen.
I don't know, it's just something you just know, right, let's go. And you just go out and you just go for it.
Body shot. Oh, Martinez in trouble at the end. And over 2 minutes left. And
he's looking to his corner. He can't believe what's happening to him. Tank is empty. Can't do anything about this.
nothing left in the legs now of Martinez. He's tried so very hard. It hasn't been good enough. That's the truth. And Burns teeing off at him. And he's close to a stoppage. That would be the icing on the cake.
Martinez banging his gloves together. He knows nothing is going right for him tonight. Completely outboxed here in the final round.
I started obviously boxing with their instructions, keeping it long and keeping busy on the jab. But I think I hurted him a couple of times and obviously backed off. And again, sometimes the occasion can get to you. Obviously I just went out and tried to go for it again. But no, 12 rounds was a good round.
Concentration for half a minute is what we're looking for here. The job's done. Everyone involved with Ricky Burns feels that. Total desperation now coming from Martinez.
He picks himself up after a first round knockdown that could have been early curtains for Ricky Burns. But surely it is an early Burns night in September. Unexpected, unbelievable. But in a couple of minutes' time, surely the three judges will make it reality and Scotland will have a 12th world champion in their proud history.
Judge Nicky scores a contest 112-115. Judge Paul Thomas 112-115. Judge Donald Trella 113-115. The winner. And the new WBO Super Featherweight Champion of the world, from Cambridge in Scotland, Ricky Burns.
as soon as they said that, you can see it in my face. I was just shaking my head. I just couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it.
Well, Ricky Burns, champion of the world. How does that sound?
Do you know, I'm standing in that ring here and it's not sinking in. I don't know what to say, honestly. Too much to take in. What a performance there. I had to grit the teeth every round there, and I'm just honestly overwhelmed.
After the fight, I think I actually kept quiet. I had to keep quiet for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, especially in Coatbridge. Whenever I was going, obviously, you just get people are happy for you. Obviously, the local boy doing good, but you know, I just get so embarrassed. I get so embarrassed by attention. I hate people making a fuss. Everybody had wrote me off, which has happened throughout my career. Fights I've went in, people have said, "Oh, he's not got a chance." Any young boxer that's obviously that's up and coming, just keep at it, because hard work does pay off. Big occasions like that, some people can let it get to them, but I think obviously the attitude that I've got is the right one to have. Obviously, I like to keep myself grounded. Still working away in the local sports shop in Coatbridge. Just a normal, quiet guy. You know, I keep telling everybody I'm only doing my job. The only difference is my job's on the telly.
What a down-to-earth character Ricky Burns is. Fame and success just haven't changed him. Great guy.
Since then, there's been a few ups and downs, but he's still managed to keep hold of his position in the world.
Had a rocky 2013, but the latest chapter in the Burns story is just a few hours away. We can't wait. His world title defence against Terence Crawford. Join us from 7 o'clock, Sky Sports 2. Bye-bye.
Engrossed in the drama.
Unbelievable.
Wow. That's kept him in it. Look at this. That shocked this place. Nobody wants their money back here. What a war. What a fight.